If I wanted more money, I'd be making mukbangs, honey.
You are a disrespectful piece of...
Hello, my quirky chicken nuggets. I'm trying something a little bit different, trying to record from my phone. I hope it works. But anyway, I feel like we have some important things to discuss. Do you guys remember the video we talked about previously where Amberlynn has decided that she doesn't really like keto? She alluded to the fact that she perhaps relapsed. And now, in this week-old vlog, she spills out a little bit more details. So I wanted to chat about that and go through the video, and let's see what we think.
We're making this again. This is gonna be a staple. This was amazing. Cauliflower, sriracha, soy sauce, eggs, onion, like the whole nine.
We are starting off strong with showing us a cauliflower fried rice. It is carb-free, but just absolutely packed with sodium. She has used Spam in there. And even if you decide to use the low-sodium one, it is still incredibly high in sodium, which I don't think it's something that she needs, especially since she's doing keto. It seems like she's eating way more sodium than normal, and then she's wondering why she's swollen. You know what? I wonder too.
It's keto and all that. So I have 4 flavors. No, 5 flavors. We have salted caramel, triple chocolate, peanut butter caramel chip, mint chip, and a coffee chip. So I'm going to take a little nibble of each one, okay? And we're going to start with the coffee chip because that one sounds the best to me right now. Yummy things come to those who wait. For the creamiest ice cream, let your pint soften for at least 5 to 10 minutes. It's been longer than that, so. It smells so good. Looks so good. Smells, like literally smells amazing. They all smell good. I feel like I have to smell them first. That smells so creamy and sweet. A whole one of these.
And now somebody suggested a brand of ice cream to her that is keto. Very low carb. I think the whole pint has 5 grams of sugars or carbs of some sort. And so she has bought 5 or 6. A shit ton of flavors. And she taste tested all of them. And apparently she has finished one of them completely and binged on it somewhat. I am not completely clear on that, but I'm not sure in what world is it a good idea to buy so many ice creams, and especially if she knows she has a binge eating disorder or just problems with food generally. She knows she has no self-control, and I absolutely see zero reason as to why she has bought as many as she did. It's absolutely ridiculous. Nobody needs that many. Maybe just buy one if you know you're gonna eat it anyway, right? That's what I would have done in her situation, but well, who am I to judge? And I don't know, I'm sort of surprised, maybe somewhat disappointed. Wifey is not stopping her. What, is she not supportive anymore? I feel like I said it every single time. But I'm just never gonna let go of the fact that Amberlynn said that she's never been as supported, never been as loved and cared for as she has been in this current relationship when she was just egging on Becky. I'm just not letting that go. I don't care.
I haven't been perfect, not gonna lie. But one thing I can say that I have done, which is something very different than what I've done in the past, I've cooked every meal myself. I told Feline specifically this is something I want to do. So I cook 2 to 3 times a day, and I know that's like not big to some people, but for me it is, coming from the person who would order takeout for every meal. Or if I wasn't doing takeout, Feline would cook, you know? So let me clarify before the rumor mill starts and I'm called a liar again. In a recent video, I tried Feline's cabbage, and in the video I said how she made it, and I'm gonna try it. It's because, like I said, I've been cooking all my meals, she's been cooking her own meals, and she made the cabbage for herself. That's why I was just gonna try it. Because if she did cook for us, then I wouldn't have said, oh, I'm just gonna try it. The fact that I even have to clarify that is silly. But I just know, I feel like I know where people are gonna go with that. So, yeah.
See, I kind of have a hard time with this one because on one hand, I do understand that certain mental illnesses can make it extremely difficult to cook for yourself or just take care of yourself in general. And I know Amberlynn is not completely healthy. I'm not either. But on the other hand, also, she has so much time on her hands, so many resources. She doesn't even have to cook the entire meal herself. She can always go for a subscription box like before. Not necessarily once you microwave, but maybe something that just sends you ingredients already prepared and measured out. You pick your own meals for the week and stuff like that. I think that would have been a much, much better option. Instead, she's just trying to make herself feel good about it. Like she wants us to be proud of her, perhaps, for doing something that is so absolutely natural for the rest of us. I can't tell you for sure if it's just her laziness in that area, or perhaps she just has so many resources. She chose the easier option. I know she doesn't like to cook, but still, having takeout 3 times a day, can you imagine? Even if I had as much money as she has, I don't think I would ever go for that. Like, you don't have to eat out 3 times a day, even if you don't like to cook. You can have a sandwich. You can have anything like that at home so easily. Even, you know what, like even frozen TV dinners, maybe some of the slightly more healthy options. I think that would have been a good idea too. Absolutely cannot imagine the gluttony that goes into ordering a $15 soda or Slurpee or whatever. So I'm kind of on the fence about this one. I'm really glad she's cooking for herself 3 times a day. I hope she keeps it up. But by the looks of it, and on the next clips, I think you might be able to figure out what direction we're going into. We see the poop bun. She looks like she's been crying. She's not doing so well. I think we are stepping big time into the next cycle.
Because I wanted to binge. I didn't want to cook. I just, for some reason, it felt so overwhelming to me to even just stand in the kitchen. And that was my day. Just fighting off the urge to like order takeout or binge or whatever it may be. And this is the first day that I've felt really just like defeated. Like I want to quit keto, low carb, and hop onto a other lifestyle change or diet. Because I have been doing every single meal myself. And I know that's such a normal thing for people, like such a normal task that I just today felt like I couldn't do. And, you know, I'm just so grateful for her, because if it wasn't for her, then I literally would have messed up everything. It's been freeing and satisfying, and I don't know, it's just been really nice. And that's just like starting to really take a toll a little bit. I'm kind of running low on my energy bar, and I don't know what to do about it besides focus in on my feelings, wait for my next psychologist appointment, and write it out, journal it out. But normally these emotions I keep to myself, but I wanted to share them with you guys. I'm kind of in a weird stage with keto. I like don't want to do it anymore, and that's just like where my head's at right now.
So here again, I know in a lot of instances mental health can absolutely affect the way you operate on a day-to-day basis, how you feel, what you do, what you're able to do, even if you're able to get out of bed. So I feel for her in that way, and I'm glad that I'm glad that wifey, I'm refusing to call her Feline. I'm glad that wifey has been able to step up, at least in this instance, that's for sure. On the other hand, just from what I've seen over and over the years with Amberlynn, she just doesn't feel like making a change. She doesn't feel like sticking to something. It's getting a bit too hard, and she already wants to quit. And it's been, maybe a week, maybe 2 of keto at most. And she's already willing to give up so easily. And see, one idea, if I was in her situation, is to just cook ahead. Because you can make grilled chicken. You can sear some steak. You can probably even have some ground pork or something. And just make stuff ahead of time. Just make something that will last you for several days. Even if you just buy cooked chicken or rotisserie chicken. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to have that too with a lot of greens. Just something that is super satiating, super filling, and something you don't have to think about. Because to be honest, I think I would be sick to death if I had to cook 3 times a day. Because I personally don't. I would rather have like just a protein shake for breakfast, or just sometimes skip breakfast altogether, than have an easy lunch, maybe like a sandwich or something like that, and only then cook dinner. But then, if I do cook dinner, I usually would make like 2 portions. So I have one for dinner and some for lunch the next day or dinner the next day. So I wouldn't make myself cook 3 times a day every single day. I don't think she has to either. She can have, like, I don't know, maybe pre-boiled eggs she can snack on. She doesn't have to rely just on sodium-packed pork rinds. And eggs are a whole food. It's a much better option to turn to, I think. I personally just feel like she's overcomplicating it, being overly dramatic about not wanting to keep up with the diet. Because the thing is, it's not going to be easy. You will be overwhelmed. She's been eating whatever the fuck she's wanted for the past 10 years. She has not stuck to a single diet for more than, a couple of days. Jenny Craig lasted, maybe 5 days? Octavia lasted, less than 24 hours. So it's gonna be uncomfortable. And I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying that, Amberlynn, it is okay to be uncomfortable. That is the only way you can actually make progress, which to me makes a lot of sense. And as you can see, she feels discomfort and she wants to turn to food. So I kind of understand where she's coming from, because one doctor is telling her, go eat keto. But then the psychologist says, hey, don't restrict. So I'm not sure what she's supposed to do. I'm sure there's something that can be done in this situation. I've seen that some people really love moderation and being on a slightly more restrictive diet because it makes making choices much easier. In other options and other people, it just makes them feel like they're restricting so badly that it cannot keep up with the diet anymore. So I think she's in the other boat where she cannot be as restricted. But it's hard to say. And I'm pretty sure once upon a time, back in the day, she said that she disagrees with her doctor, that she has to be in a calorie deficit. She has to lose weight first, because otherwise she's gonna, die. But now she doesn't want to restrict anymore. So now the psychologists have been correct. Now the outpatient therapy was correct. That's what they were asking her to do first, and then she quit because she said they were wrong. You see what I'm saying here? 1 minute, she says restriction is just something she has to do because she has no self-control. So now she's kind of restricting, and she hates it because she can't handle it mentally. What do you want, Amber? I think the idea of talking to her psychologist and her lymphedema expert at the same time might just help a little bit. But then again, she has to feel discomfort. This is not going to be an easy journey, no matter what they tell her. And I think she just doesn't understand that.
More swollen, which I thought was going to be the opposite. Like, I look so swollen. I feel like I'm eating more sodium than usual. Maybe it's in my head. I don't know. I'm justifying pork rinds because if I ever feel the urge to binge, I turn to pork rinds, but then I overeat on them a little bit, and I don't know. I think I need to talk more to my psychologist about keto, low carb, lipedema versus my recovery and binge eating. Keto's so restrictive and it's only triggering me. So I'm trying to figure it out. I have 2 professionals telling me to do 2 completely different things. That's frustrating. So I think for my next lipedema appointment, I want to bring in the topic of my psychologist and see what she has to say. I kind of want to hear opinions from both of them as an opposite opinion. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I just want them to know about each other.
I don't think she gave us a solid reason as to why she doesn't want to do keto. My guess is just, as I said, it's just because it's uncomfortable. She can't turn to food the way she always does when she doesn't feel like feeling emotions. She doesn't feel like dealing with herself in any way. That's the only reason I can see so far. I mean, keto would suck for me personally too, because I really like sweets and whatnot. But then again, in her situation, keto is not a diet for weight loss in particular. It's to make her lymphedema better. So it's a medically prescribed diet recommended by her specialist, who Amberlynn said had 20 years of experience and is just so knowledgeable and so validating and so amazing, incredible, extraordinary, just phenomenal. So now that she's uncomfortable, I guess the opinion of that doctor doesn't matter too much because she doesn't feel like doing it anymore. She just had 6 different pints of ice cream, but she still hates doing keto. I don't know at this point what this woman wants to do or what she's supposed to do, but she's buttering us up to make sure that we know she has failed yet another diet. And mind you, this vlog is a week old because I've seen that. She said that in the comments. So I am not going to be surprised if she's already quit, especially since she had her TikTok relapse moment situation type deal, which, by the way, the TikTok was banned for a little bit and now it's been unbanned, so the TikTok drama is not really very relevant anymore. But she's buttering us up to fail yet another diet. And this one, she maybe lasted 2 weeks so far. And after that, well, we don't know yet because she's giving us old-ass content. So it's difficult. And see what she says here makes me think she has already quit. She has already quit. She has used this excuse before. She has said how unreliable the doctors are. How everybody wants her to do something else. Like not understanding that different psychologists, different doctors have different approaches, different opinions, as if there's more than one way to recover from her problems, mental-wise, weight-wise, as if there's only one way and only one of these doctors can be right, and maybe not both. And I'm surprised that she hasn't brought up keto to her doctor before, especially a psychologist, supposedly the one from the outpatient weight loss treatment clinic situation type deal. Isn't that right? Or maybe she has changed a psychologist or psychiatrist. I don't remember exactly what she said at this point. But, I mean, she goes through doctors like I go through underwear. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. That being said, what she says here just solidifies to me that she has either already failed or is absolutely planning to just completely stop and quit. Because even if she messes up for one day, it's over. There's no going back. Like, she is absolutely all or nothing. And if she can't do it for one day, even if she gives herself a cheat meal or whatever, it's done for. It's pointless. It's not good enough, and it's not good to do anymore. And it's done. And she's back to her old ways. As I said, I feel like we're approaching another step in a cycle, big time. And I do feel like people will be a little bit upsetty spaghetti with her about this again, because yet again she started something else and then she fails again like an addict. And I do have some compassion for her because I understand it's not easy. It cannot be easy for her mental health. Eating this way is not easy either. A lot of people are struggling with keto, even if it's making them feel good, as gives them more energy. It is still very restrictive. And she is correct. She's most likely overeating on sodium big time because she's not monitoring it. And she's not monitoring any calories as far as I know. And I thought it was nice not having to count the calories. And keto is so amazing and so delicious. So it's just a lot of different contradictions. And I'm just not too surprised that people don't believe her oftentimes. Because she keeps saying something else every other vlog, it feels like. The last 2 vlogs have been absolutely empty. There was nothing in there almost. And now she's just dropping this big bomb on us saying she hates keto. She doesn't want to do it. Her doctors don't know what they're saying. Nobody can agree on anything. She has no idea what's going on anymore. She's frustrated. She's frustrated with her doctors. She's frustrated with the way that she has to eat. I'm pretty sure she's already quit. I hope not. Believe it or not, I still have a tiny bit of hope that she has not quit. But you can never know. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope this works out. I hope you can roll along with me. I just really, really felt strongly about talking about this because, well, it struck a nerve, honestly. And I'm not surprised, but, well, I hope you're going to have a great day. Thank you so much, and see you next time.